Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We are doing a lunch hour for you here. So we want to make sure that we just got you somewhere where you can sit during a lunch hour. Get some good knowledge. Oh man, this thing is going to make me upset again. Please don't do that. Let me see if I got to unplug this. This is killing me today.
No struggle streaming.
It is, man. It doesn't want to connect for whatever reason. It wants to do that
with the little kitty cat tail.
I know, my brother. For whatever reason, this thing, I think it's this sound thing that doesn't like me. So let's see if we get there. If it doesn't, I'm going to take it all off. Come on.
What's going on, Uncle Guns? Vlog tripping. Thank you for joining.
Can you hear me or not hear me?
I can hear you. We just seeing a little kitty cat on your screen now. Just your cam.
Stop this camera. I might just knock cam up and just go avatar style. So is that all right with you, brother?
That's fine. I mean, sometimes I have to restart my camera anyway because I'm using a GoPro. So, yeah.
So let's get this started, brother. How this started and how we started with this is we had a live stream a few days ago. And one of the females that was on there was saying, we were saying, why is it that the women don't want to help a man out? And she kind of went in as to not helping guys out when they start off. And, you know, no offense against her, but she's like 35, 36, maybe 39 now, and she's single. And what we were trying to say is, well, the reason you're single is when the guys were there and you could build with them, you didn't want them. You want them when they were finished. So now all you're going to see is the married guys, and that's it. So first, let me play her so we can start it off, and then we got some other clips we're going to play. We're not going to keep you long. We're getting straight to the point here, and I just want to hear your feedback. All right, let's go with this.
The idea, like you get a rich man and you glow up. You get a man that got money and you glow up and you do well.
We say get a rich man and grow up. When I was interviewing another girl, she said women go to school for an MRS degree. I was like, MRS? She said, yeah, Mrs. degree, meaning they go to school to find their mate to grow with them. Why is it that we try to meet men at the finish line when they're getting them before that? And this goes back to the podcast we talked about before, Kanal.
Because of the disparity, because of the disparity, most black men are locked up or dead.
No, that's not true. I'm talking about affluent men. We just had a podcast before.
I don't know a lot of affluent men. I do, but I don't. And then the affluent men that are out there, they're typically married already. They're in relationships already. They're unattainable. They can't. And you're gonna be a side chick.
Let me finish and then you can comment, because we just had a podcast about men who are boys who were going to the NFL draft, the NBA draft, whatever draft there was, and they didn't have black women on their arms, and the black women didn't want them until after they got drafted. And we were saying that, and through what the guys were saying, the white women were there getting their Starbucks, getting their Chipotle, taking them to practice, all that before they had anything. So why is it with our culture we only want the rappers?
And that's cool. Because if that white girl got it to give it to you, that's the one you need to be with. Because I'm not buying no man no Starbucks, and I'm not building a man up if he can't buy his own cup of coffee. I'm not doing that. Me personally, I'm not doing that. I'm not providing for you until you
go back to say why you are where you are.
I'm not buying you shit.
And that is the reason. So
I ain't buying you shit. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
She's committed.
And what happens is a lot of women won't build with the man. They only, black women, just like yourself, they don't want to build with a man. They already have it. So what has happened is the smart people say, I'm going to get to you before you.
And a lot of those men that use white girls and those other girls, and see, them white girls got it. Those white girls and those women be done inherited money, and they got money to give. How many black women actually come from inheritance and money where they got it to do that for a man? Not many.
Starbucks is only $5, Maya.
Don't be literal. You get what I'm saying.
No, that's what it is.
I come and to be honest and to be straightforward with you, I come from an era where a man is the provider and a woman is the receiver.
Right.
I know my feminine essence and what I need to do for a man and do with a man and for a man to maintain him and keep him going. I'm just not in a place where
Drew makes a valid point, Maya. He said the white girl invests $3.50 to gain $1 million.
She could do that, and I'm happy for them, but I'm not.
Oh, Jesus. That's damaging. That's damaging.
That's so crazy. And this is what they get mad about. So I'm gonna show you, the women like that say they can't invest, and the men, the affluent men are already married. You know why? I'm gonna show you this video because they always want to talk about the guys that's playing and who they with. The reason why those women had already invested it in when they didn't have anything. And here's the result. And you can't get mad at the result if you wasn't there during the building process.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are a black woman and you know you have a good black man at home, you need to do what it takes to keep that black man. Because let me tell you something, there are not a lot of available good black men out here that are still interested in dating black women. So let me just hit you with some facts. So then there's a large percentage of those black men that are incarcerated. There's another percentage of those men that are just into men. It's just the world that we live in. There's another percentage of those men that are already taken and married, and a lot of them are not marrying the black women. So when you do come across a black man that is single and good and actually willing to date a black woman, how do you ensure that he is actually desiring you and wants to commit to you? Okay, here's another fact. The number of black men who are marrying outside of their race has drastically increased, which simply just means they are not picking us. And that is a big concern for me. So you got to ask yourself, what is it about you that makes us less desirable? That is what we have to figure out, because the men do desire to be in a relationship. They're getting married and they're outnumbering us in marriages. They're just not picking us. So it's time to really figure out, how can I be different?
Get your passport, brothers. Get your passport. Get your passport. So my question is, those are black men. Those are millionaire black men.
Successful black men at that.
Those aren't six-figure black men. Those are seven-figure black men.
7, 8 figures.
And you can't say that Karen ain't got no spice. You see how she can dap her brother up real good.
Yo, Becky's been around since the beginning.
So what is it, Ronin? And I need the chat to please let me understand this. I can't understand how us black women complain that they can't find a good, successful black man. But when you ask him, where was you at when I was building this, when I was sweating, when I was going through my tour days, when I was there and I just needed somebody to be there with me, cry with me, walk with me, like the man said, Starbucks is $5. I ain't got $5 to give you. I never understand that, but we are the ones that complain that man has found someone he's either found someone overseas, he got his passport and left, he dealing with Becky, he dealing with Mylene, he dealing with Maria. We're complaining about that, but where was you when we needed you? Where was you at? I don't know it. And Vlog Tripping, you right. I don't hear from other races. I don't hear them saying that. It's all of our women to complain about that. You cannot be upset at some woman who said, I'm going to invest in this. And I can't even say all black women, because then think about it. LeBron, he got him a black woman. She was with him from the beginning. Even Kobe got his when he was just starting off.
Yeah.
You
ever notice that? Usually the black guys that have black women, they started off from the bottom, just like most of the women that come into the other guys' lives, these other ethnicities, they started with them from the bottom.
That's right. And even if you get a divorce, let's take Michael Jordan. He married young in college when he had his girl. Now, they got a divorce, but believe me, brother, she did not leave unhappy. She didn't leave unhappy. She was like, yeah, we divorced. We good.
Walked away with several homes and I'm sure money and all the other things.
Exactly. Never had an issue. But you become a side chick because once the guy has already made it and he has it, He's not going to leave his wife for you. You wasn't there during the struggle. Why am I going to leave my wife for you? You know,
Most
I
of us can't even trust the chick to actually love us for us versus the money that we have. You don't even know what that chick's really about because you already got the wealth. So is she there for the money or is she there for you?
Exactly. Vlog Trip, and you're right. Johnny come lately. They are coming so late to the game, and then wonder why they don't get picked. Wonder why they're not even getting picked. It's crazy. I think you sent me one stat. I only got one.
I sent you a chart, but it's a vital chart, and that stat is from the U.S. Census from 2008 to 2022. So it's the most up-to-date one. You could look at interracial marriages and the races that are marrying outside their race more so than not.
Let's look at that because I'm curious. Let me share this screen, guys, and we're gonna go over this. This is gonna be my first time seeing this, so you might have to break down a little bit for me. Let's share this screen. All right. So what we're looking here at
if you can blow that up just a little bit, see if we can zoom in on it. There you go.
All right.
There you go. So on the left-hand side, you got Asians, Black. Then you have Hispanic and white. As you can see, the Asian being female, being pink, they're the most that marry outside their race compared to their men.
So Mylene, she ain't playing. Yeah. Mylene gonna get her a brother. She gonna get a white dude. Mylene going forward. And you know, here's the thing. Probably out of them, who is the most submissive?
Out of the races that are sitting there, you have to look at the Asian community.
Man,
secondary would be Hispanic.
And wait, let's stay on them Asians. Do you think they getting swooped up because all the other races, except probably Hispanic, are just like, you know what? We got to roll. We got to get somebody else.
I mean, besides for some of the other things that they have issues with their men, you know, beside them cheating, you know, not making enough money and some of the other things within those communities. Yeah. You know, they have an affinity. One, blonde hair, blue eyed men, secondary, African-American men or Afro men, period. We come second internationally.
Yes. Yes. And the sad thing is, it's not, you know, she can say, I dated this NFL man. I dated it, but you're not getting married. You're not getting the benefits. You're not getting none of that. Yeah, you might get a little bit, but that's it. And now it looks like I didn't know Hispanics, if you look at this chart, Hispanic men and women actually.
Yeah, damn near equally. Yeah, and that's at a high 30%. That's fucking incredible.
Now, y'all black women think y'all gonna get a white man. Them white man really ain't leaving. They not leaving.
They're far on the right-hand side. You see they're damn near neck to neck with their women, and that's about a 7% ratio.
That is right. So they're not leaving. So it's not that. It looks like the Hispanics. And here's the difference. What black women don't understand is it's going to be more difficult to get with an Asian guy. It's going to be more difficult.
They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be satisfied. Only thing they can get from an Asian guy is the money, because they're ranked maybe top 2, 3 on earners. If you go through that list that we went through before, Indians, then Asians of different countries, from Filipino to regular Asian to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to play this other chick because she kind of breaks down this whole, marrying outside your race, NFLs. And I wanted to hear from a woman's perspective since this is what it is. I want to say I'm a man who's male or female bashing or doing anything like that. So
we don't want to do that.
Exactly. Feminism is in full effect.
Whenever these are just guys in college who play ball and who are doing their own thing, all we hear on the internet constantly from young women who are in the same age bracket as them is, these younger women saying, oh, I need a man that's going to pay my bills. I need a man that's going to have some money. I need a man that's going to take care of me. I'm not building nobody, What did they get from the sprinkle lady? What did she tell them? Oh, I ain't no Barbara the Builder. I ain't going to be building and helping no Dusty or no Lane get to where they got to go. I'm not doing that. I ain't raising.
Just to let you know, she also calls them Pick Misha. Pick Misha and Barbara the Builder. You don't want to be a Pick Misha or a Barbara the Builder.
I like it.
Let her continue.
No, man. They always come to the conversation talking about what it is that they're not going to do. And to be honest, what makes you...
Let me play that again, because what she said is exactly what we heard. This is exactly what we heard.
To be honest, what makes you feel that your mentality is even in the right headspace for this man who is on this journey? Because if you're only in the relationship about what it is that they're not going to do.
I got to hear
always come to the conversation talking about what it is that they're not going to do.
I'm going to let her play, but I just want to hit on that point. I'm not going to do this. Wait, hold up. Oh, Lord. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you understanding. I'm not going to give you this. And also, I'm going to continue to always remind you how much I also don't need you.
That's exactly what we hear. I'm not going to give you understanding. I'm not going to care about you. I'm not bringing anything to the table because I am the table. I'm not fixing your plate. I'm not. Give me Birkin bag.
Right. gimme, but I ain't doing jack for you.
Exactly. I like to call him Mimi. I know your name is something else. Your name is Mimi because it's all about Mimi.
Right.
Give me something. What you gonna do for me? What have you done for me? What does Janet Jackson say?
What have you done for me lately?
Boy, my goodness, that might be. Y'all may be too young for some of that, but that's it. Let her continue to cook.
And to be honest, what makes you feel that your mentality is even in the right headspace for this man who is on this journey? Because if you're only in the relationship based off of what you could get, you weren't the right candidate to begin with.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Some of them are just there for the money. The one video we seen before, the guy said, now that some of the college guys can get endorsements and get money, she was like, well, it ain't Chipotle. You should be taking me to a steakhouse. Now, he ain't even made it to the NFL yet. And she already ordered steak and lobster and all of that.
Yeah, them kids are making bank now, man. Now that the NCAA can't affect their money like that, and they got to pay a portion of those football players, the basketball players, and the like. Those kids are making money in college.
But that's how you're gonna find out who they are.
Yeah.
Talking about college. Let's talk about college, Ronin. Let's talk about it. It's different because I heard that there's two different reasons why black women go to college and white women go to college. Am I right?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going, and you're absolutely right.
Well, let me not take you there. Let this young lady take us there.
White women go to college to find their husband. Black women go to prove they don't need one.
Oh my God!
Now listen. Well, if you didn't hear
that, she said that. You need to turn that up a little bit. She said that real loud.
Oh man, I don't think I can. Let me see if I can get it high.
Ooh, she hit that button.
Go to college to find their husband. Black women go to prove they don't need one.
White women go to college to find their husband. Black women go to college to prove that they don't need a husband.
That's a damn shame.
What you don't understand is most of this only time in life that you're going to be around the most successful type of people who have the most potential is when you're in college.
Yeah.
Because you are filled. You go to like an Ohio State or a Texas, you got 100,000 people or more. So you just take, if you got 30,000, let's take 30, you got 15,000 of them are men, 15,000 women. If you take half of that look good, you still got, man, 7,500. Where are you going to go to a nightclub that got 7,500 people that are getting college education?
That's a banging ass club. If you can find one like that, God damn, 7,000 people in a club. That's a rave. That's an outdoor type of situation going on right there.
Yep. And all of them are single, ready to look for their potential wife, ready to have somebody with them. That's when you're supposed to get married. That's it. Let her cook.
Oh my God!
Now listen, as harsh as that sounds, there is validity in that statement. Have y'all ever heard of Ring by Spring? If you
Ring
look
by
like me, you
Spring.
probably haven't. If you don't look like me, you probably have, because that's a thing in our lighter friends community. Ring by Spring is apparently a goal for our lighter toned friends to get a proposal before graduation in the spring. And then, you know what? Last night I saw a movie. There's a movie called Ring by Spring. I'm gonna have to go watch it. But it's a thing. Don't worry, we're gonna touch on the black women go to prove they don't need one in a different video.
Ring by
Wow.
Spring.
That needs to be a banner above all of our fucking channels.
A ring by spring. So they
Ring
go
by
there
spring.
with the intention of building wealth. That's why those other communities, whether it's an Indian community, Asian community, any other community, builds generational wealth because they both at the same age. They're like, look, we're going to build this together. I think Kevin Samuel said it good. Let's get this IKEA marriage going. You know, we get with our IKEA furniture, then we can build up to the nice.
Building it together. Yeah.
These people don't want to start a home, man. There's no such thing as a starter home now. I got to move into the mansion.
Yeah. They want to be at the finish line with you, but they don't want to go through the muck and the mire with you.
And
these hoes ain't loyal. Isn't that what they say?
About that. You haven't lied about that. Uncle Gunn says, I tell you, in my opinion, why Asians win over other races. Let me put him up there. That nobody wants to talk about. It's not that they're traditional, keep beauty longer, etc. They're least likely to get fat and stay.
That's my boy. Go ahead, Uncle Guns.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Though? But you know, because they have that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Or they stay busy as fuck.
Yes.
My girl goes from morning to night.
Man,
finding shit to do.
He's in it. You think I'm fact? He just left the graduation yesterday. Three proposals.
Wow.
None of them black.
Wow.
Zero. How do you build wealth when everybody's an individual?
Wow. Man? Yeah, I was going to say something about that. By the time people were in their graduation outfits, a lot of those white girls got rings on. Sisters don't.
Yep. So here's the thing. They already started. They about to start their family. So you figure you 25, you start your family. So by the time you get into that 50-year-old, the kids is out the house. You don't have. Let's think about this. Let me break this down for y'all.
I'm a prime example, bro. I'm 56. My oldest son is 38. My youngest son is 26. Been out of the house.
Oh man, no, I ain't trying to jump on Flight Madness. That wasn't me, brother. That wasn't me. That's Canal. Get on and travels, brother, not me. But let me break this down mathematically for y'all that don't understand or don't have no idea. Let's say, for instance, I get married when I get out of college, 22 years old. Your mortgage, usually a person gets a 30-year mortgage. Let's just say we both come out, we making 6 figures. So we get that first house. Yeah. 30 years old, we done had our kids. We popping the kids out, you know, so kid a few years later. Now, we really don't need that 30-year mortgage because we made enough money. But let's say we get the 30-year mortgage. By the time I'm getting to my prime, 50 years old. So how old are you, my brother?
56.
So imagine this. You and your wife had a nest egg. Y'all done saved for 30 years into your retirement. You done bought your house off. It's paid for. Your kids is in college and out of college. You are 50 years old with a paid off house, no debt, no expenses from the children, and now y'all making bank.
Period.
Bank. Now you want to travel the world with somebody? You want to go somewhere
do whatever the hell you want.
You can do whatever the hell you want. Go ahead and have your midlife crisis and get that Corvette you always wanted. You know,
sound like somebody I know just across the way from me.
Yeah.
Who just
your
did
girl
that?
Don't look good? That's all right. Dr. Beverly Hills will take care of that. You know, it's the crazy. We don't think like that. We got women who are still 40 years old, not married, have no savings, no retirement, and don't know what they're going to do and still trying to find somebody to get with.
No legacy to stand on.
Nothing. I don't know what I see some brothers in the chat talking about no flight madness. What was he saying?
No Flight Madness is the brother that's in China that was on BMT's channel the other day talking about dating. He was on Black Man's channel last night. So
Yeah,
I guess a lot of guys went after him. No, I went on there and just said one thing and got off.
You
And
see,
my
I
thing
jumped off.
was, yeah, you spent a lot of time trying to get these 9s and 10s, but you don't keep them. That's just a waste of time.
I want to show a picture of somebody because we are talking about the Asian folks. I want to show this picture. Y'all know who that man is?
Very popular man right there. Mark Zuckerberg.
He is not a 6-figure man.
Oh, no, he's way higher than that.
A 7-figure man.
Yeah.
You know, he's like in that 8-9-figure man.
Yeah.
You know when he met that chick?
I think they were both in college, weren't they?
Oh, brother. He was not Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook man. I think she was a sophomore and he was like either a junior or I think maybe a freshman or something like that. Met her going to the bathroom. You know, cool chick. Never wanted for nothing. Didn't know who the hell he was going to be. Believed in his dream. Rode him to the side. Everything fell off.
Yeah.
And look at the benefit. You think that, you know what? Even though she got a college degree, do you think she even needed?
Nah, she's set for life. I'm sure 5 generations in, they're set.
Man. Now, if this was the people we had on, what would you say? I can't build that Facebook with you. You're taking all your time building that thing. But I mean, I can't bring you no coffee when you late at night. You know, you better get a job.
You're coding at 12 o'clock at night. What the hell are you doing? Really?
Mm-hmm. You better get a real job. You know, if she get a real job, this ain't no real job.
Go work for the post office.
Exactly. This is why y'all failing. This is why. And, you know, since I'm a man of color, I can talk about the folks. This is why the Black community is failing. Y'all waiting to the finish line. The finish line is too late because the successful people got with somebody who already started building with them.
Or they're short-sighted and they'll marry them, but they'll tear them up within the first 10 years. If they haven't made it there, they don't have the patience enough to stay there. And they'll tear that man down to where he has to start rebuilding all over again.
Let's talk about rebuilding. Could you always segue me somewhere into where I'm about to go?
Hey, we like that. We like that.
Let's say, yeah, brother, you go on a date with a woman, and you know, you're like, man, this is a cool date, nice woman, but you know, I think I can really build something with her because we worried about how you look. You know, if you look in this, look in there, we ain't worried about the success thereafter. So I'm gonna play this brother for you and let you know what happened.
Okay, I don't feel like as scummy of guys are going to be on Bumble. You know what I mean? Right. So I swiped on him. We end up meeting for froyo. He comes, he walks from behind, sits down, and he was like, "You want to go?"
I just want to say, they met for froyo. So those of you who don't know what that is, they went and got some yogurt. They didn't go to the steak shop. He didn't have to spend $500 to chill with her. They went and got some yogurt. Think about that. That's what I want y'all to think about. Mm-hmm. See, we always worried about, I got to take this Instagram picture. I got to do this. I got to go to the
there it is.
There it is. There it is. But let's continue, my brother.
Froyo, no smile, nothing. Yeah. When I was 18, I got my whole back tattooed. And when he walked up, he saw the tattoo. And he told me later, he's like, I saw that tattoo and I thought to myself, red flag. We ended up walking for like 4 hours. The best way I can describe it is just like,
they did what? They did what?
They had yogurt and walked. That's all they did.
No, he didn't. He put her in the drop top. That Bentley. He had to, because that's how he had to impress her, right?
I didn't hear that part. She didn't pull that detail up. I didn't hear that.
They was actually talking, right?
Yeah. Talking. Actually getting to know each other.
Wow, man. You know, I don't know. Let's continue.
Like, I didn't want to stop talking to him. By the end of it, he was like, I really like you and I'm really interested. And I also think you should work for me.
You guys got married not because you guys were in love. It was like a business transaction.
We want to hold up. Anton Daniel said it. Your marriage is your most important business decision you ever gonna make.
Facts.
He just said it. He's like, everybody, we had a discussion before. Well, what's love? Where's love at? He's like, love, you know, This is business, baby. We got to have something more than love to carry us. Of course, we're going to be attracted to each other. Of course, we're going to go further, but we need something more to love than take us there.
Yeah, you do. You're going to get old. You might not be able to perform, some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You better be able to have a conversation. I swear to God.
Those of you who may be just listening to us and not able to see this, this is what my man would say. This is if we seen him like this is what QB would say. What would he say? He'd be like, "Hey, bro,
brother, yes."
That's what my man QB would say. He would roll with it like that. Now, if we was on a date with somebody else,
that's a killer soundbite, bro.
I know that's a QB, but this is what if he was on a date with a black lady. Let's see.
Papa, could you turn it down?
Exactly. You're not listening to me, Papa. Papa, what? Huh? You what?
Papa, why would you talk about me? I'm not out doing something. I apologize, Papa. I apologize. I shouldn't be interrupting you.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be interrupting me at all. That's how it should be. But those of you guys who are not able to see it, this gentleman has on some long socks, some cut-off pants. He dressed in a flannel shirt, hat, beard. Doesn't look like
everybody would say he's goofy as fuck right now, the way he's dressed. Yeah, but does it matter?
Well, we're gonna find out.
On our first date, and we ended up talking about business for 4 hours, and I didn't like have any romantic anything, but I was like, she's cool. And so I felt myself kind of just like wanting to see her again. I mean, I remember the next day I was like, hey, I'm working all day, want to come work with me? And she said sure. And so then she just like hung out with me, and then we just both worked together. And that was kind of like the vibe of how things started, is like whatever I was doing, I'd just rather do it with her. And so it was much more companionate, the shared mission and shared values of like, this is what I want to do with my life. She's like, me too, I want to do big shit. And like up to that point, I had definitely dated people who wanted to do big things, but like the types of big things they wanted to do were different than the types of things I wanted to do. And so we weren't mission aligned. When you want to do big things, like what do you have to go through to get there is hard. And I knew that where I wanted to go, not a lot of people would be able to hang, but like I just knew that I was willing to go through a lot of suffering to get there. And she was too. When I lost everything.
What? Wait, what did he say? When I did what? He said when I lost everything. Let me see that, because let me hear that one more time.
But like I just knew that I was willing to go through a lot of suffering to get there, and she was too. When I lost everything, I kind of.
Wow.
Wait, now the next sentence should be, when I lost everything, she left me.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost everything, she was like, you better get your stuff together because I can't support you. When I lost everything, she went to the divorce court and took half. This is what I need to hear, right?
Exactly.
This is what we're saying. This is what they're gonna do. Yeah, you're right, Vlog Tripping. Hiring your wife is a powerful move. And you're gonna see why. Let me go back and let him repeat this.
Not a lot of people would be able to hang, but like I just knew that I was willing to go through a lot of suffering to get there, and she was too. When I lost everything, I kind of sat her down. I was like if you leave right now, like I won't blame you. She's like, if I have to sleep with you under a bridge, I will. That she just like,
wow. Whoa. Wow.
What? He lost everything.
Mm.
She said, and you know, he's been a man about it. He's been a man, and he's saying, look, man, you know, because as a man, we get that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That, man, I lost everything. And I know I can suffer because I'm a man and I can suffer by myself. I can take this. I know you can, and I can't put you through it. And so if you can't, I understand, baby. I understand. You might need that 6-figure man or that dude that do it, but I took some chances and I lost it all. What'd she say, Ronin? Brother, because you didn't hear it.
She said, I would live under a bridge if I had to for you.
Gracious, man. What? Now, you know Maya ain't going to give us that.
Did we just say what at the same time?
We did.
It's crazy, man. That's unbelievable. Nobody in our community would say that with a man.
Now somebody like Maya or Zed, they would call this brother, you know,
beta.
That's what they would say. You're not a real man. You haven't done this. You haven't done that. Nothing. But she said I would sleep under the bridge with you. I'm gonna go back and then let it play all the way.
Go through a lot of suffering to get there, and she was too. When I lost everything, I kind of sat her down. I was like if you leave right now, like I won't blame you. She's like, if I have to sleep with you under a bridge, I will. That she just like was there, even though I gave her like an out card.
So this brother, when he met her, he was broke. At 26, he was broke. At 31, he was worth $100 million.
Incredible story.
She stuck with him when he didn't have nothing, when he didn't have anything, and he turned that nothing in her support from 0 to $100 million. You don't build with him. You wasn't there with him. You couldn't go work with him. And then you wonder why he don't want you when he got that 100 million.
Mm. Yeah, you need to say that again.
Bruh, this is crazy, man. Don't tell me ain't no good men out there. Don't tell me there's no good women who's going to stand through you through the storm. That's what a man wants. He want to know, if I lost everything, you rolling with me, baby. Because as a man, there was a guy I used to work for. Actually, his son had went off to Hampton. We went to high school together. His son went off to Hampton, and I was the youngest son. And so his son used to do all the chores around the house, wash the cars, cut the grass, do like that. So since I used to always hang around this guy, he used to invite me over. And then when the guy left, he was like, "Hey, man, you want to work for my dad in the summertime? Come over and do these things." I was like, "Yeah." And I remember talking to him. I wish I could bring him up. He just recently passed away. Man. He just recently passed away.
Sorry for that.
Yeah. Let me see. Ralph. If I can look him up. Ralph Frazier. Let me see if I can get to him. Because he was, I want to get another thing on him too. Frazier. I'm sorry, guys. Frazier, North Carolina. Man, he was. I'm trying to find a story where they had him. So I'm going to share this screen of this gentleman here. So give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. All right, let me share this, because he said something that changed my life, man. He really did. He really did. All right. So Ralph Frazier, he was the first person. He was a law dude who went to North Carolina, and he had first integrated North Carolina schools. That's how old, when he started. So he was a pioneer. Let me see if I can get this other part that he had. Ralph Frazier. So this is Mr. Ralph Frazier right here. He just passed away, Esquire. So great guy. Here's the thing. I was like, man, because his father came from success. And I was like, Mr. Frazier, you just lucky, man. You really lucky. You only made it because, somebody helped you or this, or something of that nature. And he said, son, let me tell you this. Successful people will succeed no matter what they do. He said, if I went into janitorial, I'd be a hell of a janitorial person because I would succeed in that business.
That's facts.
Wow. And so to go back to this person here, he was going to be successful. If he lost everything, because a successful person is going to be successful no matter what they do, he was still going to succeed.
Right.
Still going to make it. But y'all don't want to go through those bad times with him. Y'all only want the good times. Y'all only want the good times. That's the crazy part. And y'all wonder why we are where we are. We selfish. We don't think about nothing else. You wouldn't be with him when he was 26 broke, but you want to be with him when he's 31 millionaire. Yeah. You couldn't meet Mark Zuckerberg when he was in grad school, staying up late, poorly dressed, wasn't wearing nothing, probably wasn't eating, staying in the dorm, had no money.
Looking like a straight nerd. He didn't have no swag, no good clothes, none of that stuff.
No swag. None. Still ain't got no swag. Still has no swag. But you know what he do got? He got them billions of dollars. You don't need swag when you got $1 billion. You just buy swag. Flog Trippin says, black women don't understand how much men value to find a ride or die.
Facts.
Men usually
you only need one.
Man.
That's the only thing. That's what I was trying to tell the young man last night. You only need one good one. So if you're spending all this time trying to date and find these 9s and 10s, and they have no value or they don't value you, none of them are good. It don't matter how they look on the outside. Some
Exactly.
rotten ass, spiritless, fucking beautiful women out there.
Hey, Chad, help me out, man. There was this rapper who went to jail and he gave all his money to his girl. And he said she increased it. Let me see. Rapper goes to jail.
Oh, what you call it? Just put that out. That was Andrew.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Rap facts, baby. Rap facts. Hey, sometimes we say, did y'all
Gucci
brothers,
Mane.
Gucci Man, that's exactly it. We
Mhm.
say that y'all brothers are not the smartest dudes in the world. Gucci Man made a power move. Rap fact. I'm going to read this to you because the screen is somewhat small. When Gucci Man went to jail, he gave his girlfriend $2 million to Keisha. It was all the, let me say, it was all the money he had left. Now, I know some brothers who went to jail. I know, was that Freeway Rick Ross, Freeway Ricky? He said he bought houses for people. He bought all this stuff for people. And he said when he went to jail, he thought that when he came out, they'd be like, oh, here go your house. He's like, man, they either sold that house, took the money. Nobody sent him nothing. He gave all that money to people. Or he said some guys go in and say, man, I gave my girl some money, 2 million, you know, she didn't put nothing on my commissary when I came out. She turned that 2 million into $2. Gucci Man, let me read this again. When Gucci Man went to jail, he gave his girl $2 million. It was all the money he had left. She turned it into 6 million. And you know what she did? She gave it back to him when he got released.
And waiting for him when he got out the jail. Most girls are gone in the dust. You would never find them again.
She would have, a regular chick would have left him when he went to jail, took all his money and spent it. She flipped it for him. Flipped it and said, here, boo, give it back. You think he gonna leave that chick?
Hell no.
Hell.
Hell no. He would be a fool.
The likes up, get the likes up in there. We are trying to roll. We're trying to just give you a lunchtime break so you can go back to your job fired up. Look at those women, be like, girl, I ain't working for you. You ain't with me because I done made this money. Get your mindset. That's all we're trying to do is give you a mental orgasm. That's what we rolling. And the only thing we ask for,
Pause.
Oh, P. Diddy. Man. So please like our channel. We're trying to get Ronin to a high subscription list. Ronin, please put your page inside of the chat because we need to get this brother monetized. We need to get him some money in his pocket so we can get him up out of here to the Philippines, waiting for his fine wife that he's gonna go to and build that house. So please put your thing in the chat. Let's subscribe. Like, we don't ask for money. I just seen Floyd need $250 to go on his first date when he go to Nebraska. Fearless didn't ask for that. Fearless just asked for a like, a comment, and a subscription. That's all. We appreciate it. The guys, I'm not going to keep you long. I know that some of you guys get a half an hour break. Some of you guys get an hour. So I thought at 45 minutes, we kind of break even. And your guys are right around there. So that's what we working with. How you feel about that, brother?
That's cool, man. Quick, down and dirty, straight to the point. You know, give them something to think about.
Well, I'm going to give them something to think about. Hold on. Brothers, if that don't motivate you to go get that extra dollar, nothing will. Nothing will. If you can't find that ride or die here in the States, you can't find it with a black chick, get you a white chick. Ain't got no problem with that. If you can't find it,
well, hell, if you go by the stats, you might as well go Asia or Latin all day long because you know you're gonna find one over there.
Exactly. So Thailand, you better zoom to Thailand, or you better get down to Colombia and the DR, because that's how you gonna find your ride or die. That's it.
Jesus.
Any closing words for us, Ronin?
Oh man, you put it on them today, man. That was great. You know, you should never, ever let anybody tell you what you should or should not do when it comes to your sex life, who you decide to love, who you decide to let in, but you better vet her. Better make sure she's going to be worth it.
That is true.
I can tell you that.
That is true. I'll give a closing thing just so you guys know. Next Thursday, we bringing Tommy Sotomayor on stage. I got to get his
Huge
together. So next Thursday is Tommy Sotomayor. Me and Ronin are going to try to do a few lunchtime things. At least once a week. Unable to come up. See, Black Man Travel. He said he's unable to come up through the meetings. That brother out there making that money.
That's
He
what I'm
making
saying.
that money. He know it. He's like, look.
He's got his mamacita in the house, his newborn baby. You know, he out there stacking it.
Yes, right. He said, man, I got a builder, somebody who build with me, boy. I ain't got to worry about it. I done went overseas. I got that girl from overseas and brought her back because she know what it's like. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fellas, we up out of here. Oh, yeah. Tommy Sotomayor will be here next Thursday. We bringing him into the Lion's Den.
Put the word out. Bring them in.
Yep.
This is going to be a good one.
Today. I'm going to put it on the channel. So, I want y'all guys to ask him all kind of questions. I want to know what he feels about the passport bros, how he feels about the Black community. Because I was listening to a thing yesterday, and they keep blaming men for everything that we do.
Everything.
And I want to hear somebody else's opinion. All right, fellas. We out of here. And as I say to everybody, man, the one thing that y'all should always stay fearless in everything you do. Ronin, we out, brother. If you still here, you should have already. Oh, yeah, Trini, come on to lunchtime, brother. We know that you like them plantains and that jerk chicken. We don't know if you can hang with us with the soul
Damn,
food,
man. What? Come on, man. Why you got to go
No,
there?
I'm
You
saying
just
that's a
trying to
good
stab
thing,
her, brother.
know?
Like that sounded racial. If you weren't Black, that'd be like, yo, man, why you freaking profiling my ass?
No, I'm saying, it take a longer time to satisfy and get that meal together. You can't just eat jerk chicken over lunch. You got to let that marinate. You got to let it marinate. Coordinate with that. But Trini, you are always welcome to join us, brother. We're going to try to do it. We're going to get Kanal in, but that brother's a busy man doing lunch. Guys, we are out of here. I also have to get back to work. Have a good one. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment.
Always comment.